Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. Starting a little earlier because we've got dumpage. Dumpage. Yeah, we got a big drop that happened just about a little over an hour ago. And then I thought that there was going to be a recovery after that, but then there was a second dump even lower. Why? You got me. You got me. I guess they weren't done clearing out all the leverage yet, or panic selling in the market, things like that. So we're going to talk about that. Glad you all could drop in. We'll have a lot of people coming in and in and out. I'll be on for a while, but talking about what's happening now as well as what the bigger picture is and how you guys are doing. So welcome. I'll drop down here in the corner and we'll get started. We will get started here. Leo, no money sitting on the side. Neither do I. I've got no money sitting on the side. I thought buying Doge at 17.5 cents was pretty smart. Could have got it at 16.5 cents today. But we don't know when these things are going to happen. This is crypto, right? You see a little pullback in equities, but then crypto dumps even harder. Let's see what's happening with the S&P 500. Today it's just kind of meandered down. The NASDAQ, again, it's down, but it's only 1%. The Dow down only 1%. Gold was going up. And then a sell-off in gold. Look at that. Kind of interesting. And meanwhile, the Dixie's still going up. So overall, that's a typical kind of Friday red market in equities. It's not that bad, but wow. I mean, you look at Bitcoin and Bitcoin just dropped, almost hits my yellow line here of 65K, which is my longer term support right there. So Bitcoin almost hit that, and again, Doge's price came all the way down to 16 cents, hit 16 cents and came back up. So if you had a limit order set anywhere between 17 and maybe 16.10, you would have hit on that. But if you've got limit orders set at like 12 cents and 10 cents, we're nowhere near that. This is only like a 10% dump. It's only 10%. It's not that bad. Yeah, I said it's not that bad. This is nothing. Because here it looks bad on the 15-minute chart, but go to the daily. This is all this is a retest on the daily here. Now, if it comes down here below 12 cents, then I'll start worrying. But up here at 17 cents, I'm not worried. And I'm guessing on the daily chart, this is going to end up being a really long wick because this is going to recover back up. Is it going to get up to 19 cents? Maybe. Probably 18 cents would be my guess. But yeah, you're right, Michael. Going into the weekend, we could see some sell-off happening over the weekend as well. There may not be enough buying going on to bring the whole market back up. That could be. But overall, on the daily chart, so just about 3 weeks ago, we were at this price and we were like praising it. We think, oh, 17-cent Doge, this is great. And now we have 17-cent Doge and everything's dumping. The sky is falling. But that's what happens, right? We think we should be over 20 cents and we see this red candle here. But again, this is a daily chart. And on the daily chart, this is not so bad. Again, 17.5 cents was my support line that we had hit 3 times back here on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of April. And I thought that maybe 18 cents would hold because that's what we had 2 days ago. And it has fallen back and it broke 17.5. Now this could just get back up over 17.5 and may even while we're live here today, and we will see. But Yes, this is a big red candle on the daily. We'll take a quick look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, that's not great on the 4-hour chart. Again, sell off today. Liquidation city. I mean, look at the liquidations. If we look at just the last hour, it's $100 million in Bitcoin. Just in 1 hour. Doge, $10 million in the last hour. This is wiping out leveraged longs, hitting stop losses, and wrecking all of that leverage. $10 million on Doge alone in the last hour. If we look at 24 hours, it's even worse. That's 17 million in Dogecoin, 165 million in Bitcoin. We look at our liquidation chart down here, and you'll see these huge green. This is just on the hourly. So over 1, 2, 3, 4, over the past 6 hours here. 200, 250, over $300 million in liquidations. It clears out the market is what it does. Clears it out from all of those leverage traders. There's an opportunity to do that. Yeah, Tiffany, I agree. Can't prove it. Can't prove manipulation, but I say it too. I say it too. The dump happens, and then the second dump. And the second dump is the one that is manipulated, I think. And what happens is the price starts going down, and then you get a lot of retail traders with fear that also sell. So it brings that wick all the way down to 16 cents and wipes out all of that liquidity below 17.5, because Dogecoin has not been below 17.5 cents since the 5th of April. So you essentially have, a whole week of trading where Doge was coming up over 20 cents. A lot of leveraged longs. And then this red candle just wipes all of that out. People thinking that they can make an extra buck by doing leverage trading, and that red candle wipes it out. That's the big story right there. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana sink over $200 million in crypto longs liquidated. I mean, that's Decrypt has that. This is its new headline. That's what this is about. It's about liquidations. Yeah, there are some things. I mean, I showed that in my video earlier. Things like uncertainty in the United States economy, uncertainty about possible, escalation between Iran, Israel, U.S., what's going on with Russia, Germany, Ukraine. So a lot of uncertainty in the geopolitical area, but that's not what this is about. I don't think that's what this was about. I think this was I think that sort of set the market that way, because we saw in the stocks again that 1%, 2% at the most. S&P is now down 1.7%. So we still have about 45 minutes in the stock market, and we are seeing more red candles in stock market. Let's go to the 15-minute chart, and we'll see. See, this is still selling down in the stock market. S&P 500 still going down, NASDAQ still going down, and the Dow Jones also still going down. So Doge just did another little dip below 17 cents. So not holding yet, and we're not done yet. All right, let me catch up here. Tanvir says, why are people dumping so close to the halving? Again, it's just one of those things that's this fear in the market. You see those big red candles, and that's fear. So people dump because they think it's going to dump even more. So there's always some of that going on. And then you get the shorters piling on. So you got a lot of shorts right now, shorting it down, thinking they're going to try and push it down even more. Again, what happens particularly with Dogecoin is as there's more volume and more interest in it, you get a lot more traders coming in who are trading it. And they're not like us who are like buying and holding for the most part, most of us buying and holding for a longer term, but they're trading it. And they make money off of these kinds of moves. They short it, collect their shorts. Thank you very much. And then they go long here, wanting it to go back up. So that's what the traders do. And so there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Yeah, Robinhood, a lot of Robinhood notifications today, that's for sure. Just about anything you held on Robinhood, you were getting like notifications over the last hour, just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, not good. There could still be some 16-cent Dogecoin to be had in this move. We'll see. Right now, we're seeing a little green recovery. This is on a 15-minute chart. Seeing a little green recovery, but this still, I don't think we're done yet with this. I don't think we're done. Ron kind of expected it. Ibeen says this is bad. I don't think this is so bad. Again, we were just here 2 weeks ago at 17 cents, and we were praising 17 cents and thought it was great. Mike called it to 15.3. We didn't go that low. Didn't get into the 15s, Mike. But it still could. We're not done yet. Kevin said people getting bankrupt. I don't know about bankrupt. This isn't a big enough move for bankrupt. This is a 10% move. It's a 10%. Again, not only my video earlier today, but last week as well, when I was showing pullbacks in bull markets. We have seen in the past 20 to 30% pullbacks in crypto during a bull market. So that's the way crypto trades. And it's happened the past 3 Bitcoin cycles. During a bull market, there are big pullbacks. We'll try and we'll look for that chart in a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Denver says it's dropped before, many times, before pumping up. Yep. He had to run to the toilet, I beats. Yep. Everything's down. But if you're looking at the bigger picture, right? And we'll look at some of those charts too in a little bit, what the bigger picture is, that you got to wait this out. And then Miami, if you have that kind of thought, like I should have, could have, would have, but you can't think like that. You can't have that mentality because you don't know, right? You don't know what's going to happen. And if you start playing that game, you could have sold at 20 and Dogecoin could be at 22 or 23 now. And then you'd be kicking yourself, why did I sell? So best thing to do is continue to buy. This is a good buying opportunity right here, buying on the dips. Well, if somebody was looking to buy on a dip, there's a good dip. There's a good dip right there. Hey, Nate, how are you? If it were only Doge dumping, I'd be slightly concerned, but it is all of crypto. And I mean, Doge is 11%, Algorand, 18%, and that's after recovery. Cardano, 17%. And there's some even more. I mean, look at Avalanche's big 16% dump. Ethereum Classic, 15%. We've got Mutable X, 16%. Link dropped 18%. So yeah, Graph, 18%. Aave, 17%. Look at Arbitrum, down 20%. So yeah, this is across the board. Across the board dumping. And again, Doge's is only 10%. So, and that's what I said in my video earlier, was like, Doge is holding up pretty well compared to some of these other cryptos that were going down more earlier when I made that video, and now even more. So Doge not doing too bad overall. Coffee AI, dips don't mean we lost. It means one of us got that cash and is free from wage slavery. Okay. 31,000 on leverage at 22 cents. Hold or sell and buy in now. I don't know. I don't do leverage, so you got to decide how you're going to play this. You've got to make that decision. Oh, the whales dumped us and keep us in wage slavery. Well, we'll make it back, I think. We will make it back. Michael thinks it's going to, yeah, maybe. Oh, Tiffany also says, yeah, crypto sale. Love the sales. Yeah. Yep. Some people think 17 cents is a sale. So interesting. Bitcoin, its first test of the 50-day moving average since it started running in early February. So let's go to Bitcoin on the daily. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, right there. That blue line right there is the 50-day moving average. You can just barely see it on your screens there, but yep, that is the first test of it since February 7th. You're right on there. Thank you, Douglas. That blue line is the 50-day moving average. Hasn't touched it since February 7th. It just touched it here at about 66,200 is where it just touched it today. So yeah, interesting to see that move on Bitcoin. Doge's daily chart again. Well, look at that. It's the same thing on Doge. 50-day moving average had not been touched on Doge since February 14th. So same with Dogecoin, that 50-day moving average touched today at about 16.3 cents. Just touched it and came right back up. That's interesting. You don't lose anything until you sell, Miami. You don't lose anything until you sell. I'm down a lot more than that. Unrealized gains, unrealized losses. Overall, I'm still way in the green. This is just momentary. Just momentary. Yeah, you didn't lose, right? You're just down right now, BTAPs. It's okay. That's what I say. Because you don't know when something like this is going to happen. This was not predicted. I didn't see anyone saying, hey, Kriss, Friday afternoon, Doge is going to dump to 16 cents. Nobody said that. Yeah, we don't know where the bottom's going to be. 16 cents could have been the bottom and that's it. And now we're just playing around 17 cents. And maybe this goes and settles down and we just kind of go sideways around 17 cents now for a little bit. That could be. Yeah, I know. Arbitrum dumped big, Leo. Yeah, we just looked at that. Arbitrum dumped big. Yeah, people don't want to sell for a loss. That's right, Michael. So, yeah, and Tanfair says, come on, have some confidence. I've got confidence because I look at the bigger picture. We'll look at that in just a little bit. Eliminated leverage, exactly. Those trading with leverage got wiped. Got wiped. So, and as Nate reminds us, you only lose if you sell. You only lose if you sell. So, iBeans has a 17-cent average, 17.9. We'll be right back there. You'll be back in the green. It didn't help that the Doge man said for all the leverage people to watch out today. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Tiffany says, as long as we get back to a good level of support by end of the day, I'm good. Technicals and history have been consistently strong. Yep, they have. And again, we'll look at some of that in a little bit. Perrin, is it going to go lower? We don't know. If they want it to go lower, they'll move it lower. And we just got to hang on. Carlos is buying more. This could be a gift here. And again, it could drop back into the 16s and you could pick up more in the 16s here. So, yeah. What about all the money coming in Tokyo or wherever? No, that's going to be, they're talking about Hong Kong money into Bitcoin starting Monday. That's what they're looking at for Bitcoin spot ETFs in Asian markets starting. But that's not till Monday. So we gotta hold through the weekend. We gotta hold through the weekend there. Doge price fell right out of the golden pocket. Next stop is value area low 786 around 0.1465 DJ Meat Missile. I look at my Doge. So this was again from 20. This was the older Fibonacci from 20.6 down to 12. And I've got the 0.382 at 15.5. And we didn't hit that. I haven't run it since we went from 12 up to 22. Should probably do that. But for now, I think we want to concentrate on this move that's happening now and see whether that continues, whether we see this come down a little more. Doge Bull thinks it's over. Now time for recovery. Just bought the dip. If we drop below 17, we're not cooked. I think it's just another dip, part of this move. We still have good trading volume going on. Bitcoin at 66.9. Looks like if Bitcoin comes back over 67 and continues to move up, then we will be out of this dip range. But we've already had a double move. The first move for Bitcoin dumped down to 67.4, and then the second one all the way down to 65.2. There could be a third move that could happen here. So we'll be watching that. We'll be watching that. I know Robinhood's notifications come and it's just like, yeah, I already saw that. I already saw that move. But if you're in the middle of something else and you're like not aware of what's going on and then the notification comes, it's like, oh, damn. Especially when they come like Avalanche, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin, Doge, boom, boom, boom. It's like, yeah, they're all dumping. All dumping. Jeremy says, everything's okay. Stop freaking out. Yeah, 10%. It was in about in an hour and a half is the 10% move. That's this one right here. Well, I guess you could look at the absolute high where it was at 215 and then all the way down to the bottom. Let's say 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. You could say from the very top of that down to the bottom, it was like 12% in half an hour. Ouch. That happened fast. That happened fast. Mr. Cheyenne bought some more. Yeah, I know, Navi. That's your support was 17. And we'll see whether it holds as a new support line here. My older one was 17.5, and it just blew right past that. You think this this Israel-Iran conflict is going to cause crypto to go down more over the next 24 to 48 hours? It could. Geopolitical uncertainty, not good. Yeah, I don't think it's a fake dump channel. I think this was a real dump, and we could stay down here for a few days. 1577 on Robinhood. Yeah, Binance says 16. Did not fall below 16. It was about 1605 on Binance. So yeah, Robinhood could have had some more freaking out and could have seen a low a little lower. That could be. Let me go into Robinhood here. See what we got. Doge. Low. 1577. Sure enough. That's what it says on that wick down. But now it says 1725, and Binance says 1720. So it's a little higher than Binance right now. This is what happens with Robinhood. When there's big volume and big moves like that, Robinhood's price can have really wild swings, even beyond what happens on Binance. That can happen on Robinhood. But even though it says 0.1577, like 1577 for Robinhood, you couldn't have bought that. You wouldn't have bought that. Somebody probably sold there, but nobody bought there. You can't buy that. Even if you have a limit order, it wouldn't have picked it up. That's just how Robinhood is. Dogex just bought 1 million Doge. Good price. I think that's a good price, right at 17 cents. Again, bigger picture, where things are going. Everybody needs to relax, Apenme says. Bitcoin needed to get all that liquidity at 66.7. Yeah, comfortably moving up. Actually, it went all the way down to 65.2 on Binance. 65.2. I had support at 65 here, this yellow line, and it didn't hit it on my Bitcoin chart. So that held. But yeah, Bitcoin is looking strong, starting to move up. People freak out. Sure, Drake. That happens. People freak out. They see the big red candles. That's okay. That's why I came on early. Let's just take a look at things. Buy. It's on sale. Check your chart for the previous Bitcoin halving. It gets dumped, sell the news. Be ready to take profits, get back in when the real dip comes after the halving. And that's what I've been calling. I've been calling a post-halving dump. Not really dump. Just, we'll call it lower prices, right? After the halving. So this could be a flush out of liquidity now. Prices will then move up into the Bitcoin halving. And then after the halving, dump again, particularly Dogecoin on Doge Day, post-halving Doge Day could be really volatile. And that's the next time I'm going to be live, because I won't be live next week. But yeah, that will be coming. Kilo Echo bought more. Joseph says completely healthy. Better now than after the halving, although I think we're going to have both. It's going to be both now and after the halving. We're going to have a lot of volatility in the markets coming up. There's going to be a lot of trading, big volume today and in a week. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Joseph says my wife won't let me buy anymore. So you can have your finances independent. independent finances. That's what I say. All good, Puzzle Pat says. Waiting for the big moment. A few days we'll look back and laugh about this dip. Bought the dip 3 times already. People have been waiting for years, so they're okay to sell at 20 cents. If you're up a few 100%, it's a win. And Gonzo, I didn't sell any at 20 cents or 22 cents because my targets are higher. So I'm not even entertaining selling anything in this range. I think this is a temporary pullback, and Doge's price is going to be going up much higher soon. That's what I'm looking at. Bulldozer just says hodl. Oh, look at that. After what you just said, it touched the 50-day. That was the last time we made our big jump, 7 days later. And it's 7 days until Doge Day. Interesting. Let's look at that. So that was, yeah, back on the 14th. And then it took off on the 24th. That was really the 24th. So almost 10 days. But close enough. Close enough. So this is this blue, light blue line here. It's the 50-day moving average. But yeah, we could see big green candles like this happen again. Definitely. Hold the fort, Effigy says. I can't tell you if you should buy more. That's a choice you got to make. But when you see dips like this, you see fear in the market, that's generally a good time to be buying. You're welcome, Shlomi. Johnny just bought. Atala's holding till 40 cents. Nice flush, Jack says. We broke daily EMAs, probably going to go much lower on Doge before any pump. I don't know if we're going to go much lower. We'll see. We're dipping again right now. Just touched 16,999. So Bitcoin is probably, no, Bitcoin still has a green candle here on the 15-minute, but Doge is red. A trap for the bulls. Big bull trap. Well, it's the leverage. Again, it's the leverage. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana sink over $200 million in crypto longs liquidated. That's what this is all about. Flushing out the market. Liquidation city. This will be even more now if I refresh. Liquidations chart. On the hourly. Just huge. Last hour, $200 million in 1 hour. Liquidated. Flushed out. And you can see the liquidations happening. You can actually, on this CoinGlass chart, you can look at liquidations, and instead of saying all, you can choose particular coins like Doge, and you can see all the Doges. There's a $10,000 Doge liquidation, 16,000 Doge. But then you can come up and you can say all, and you can say, well, just show me all the ones over $1 million. And you can see ETH, million, BTC, 2 million, BTC, 2 million, 2.1s. Huge. So a lot of people with some big bets, $2 million long positions, and they get liquidated, wiped out at 65.9. Look at that price, 65.9. A $2 million liquidation. See, when you open up a leveraged long position, they know where your bottom is. They know where your stop loss is. They see it. I don't think this is a coincidence here. I don't think it's a coincidence at all. All right, guys, 16.8. Coming down for a third drop, it looks like. What's the biggest dip and rip in a single day? That would be April 16th, 2021. That would be that day. Or no, may have been April 20th. I'm trying to remember what that day was. It could have been the Doge Day 2021. Huge, huge. Went 42 cents to 16 cents in one day. We just started today up here at what, 20 cents to 16. Imagine this was 42 cents and it went all the way down to 16. That was huge. That was huge. Check says Friday trap for bulls ranging from here. Yeah, we're still seeing some retracement happening. So we could dip a little lower here. I don't think this move is done yet. Sorry about those ads. Google does them automatically. I got no control over that. Google does it. Yeah, the spreads on Robinhood, awful. It's garbage. Agreed. That's what Atala says. Yeah. What's the dump? Just told you. Liquidations. Little fear in the market. Little uncertainty with geopolitical and economics, which was kind of hanging over the whole stock market today. But then this afternoon, it was time to dump. So we had that. See how my stocks are doing. Tesla's holding up, still $171, only down 1.9%. Apple's still in the green at $176. So Apple stock is not dumping. Yeah, so this is much more crypto focused on this dump right now. 66.99 for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still holding up. It's the alts that are dumping. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. It's probably up. Yep. Bitcoin dominance. Big move up. This is on the 4-hour chart. Came up over 56% today. So big move on the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is the Doge chart on the 4-hour. So you see the big red candle there on the 4-hour chart. Came below the previous low here on, well, that's last Friday, just 1 week ago when we hit 16.8. That was right there. That was 1 week ago. So now this Friday, down even lower. So I want to look at Mags here. See what Mags is saying. Don't get shaken out. That's easy to say, right? Thanks, Mags. Don't get shaken out. But no, these are the kind of charts that he's been showing. Are the patterns of the previous cycles? But there's one in particular on altcoins that he's predicting through 2024 and into 2025, which is the overall altcoin market, which hit a high of 1.7 trillion back in 2021. We're now here at about 1.2 2 trillion, that still early in the cycle where he's predicting instead of a 10x, we would only maybe do a 6x, and that would still go to 4 trillion, which is still more than doubling in price of everything across the altcoins, at least. Well, really about a 4x from where we are. So yeah, four times where we are would be good to see. That would be good to see. Again, all of his charts is like everything going forward. Will there be pullbacks? Sure, there will be pullbacks. And I don't think he's the one who's got the pullback chart. I think that was Gel. I think that's what I got to look at is Gel. Gel. And his is the one that shows the pullbacks. Got to go down a little bit. Because he was predicting this. He was predicting some move. I mean, this was 7 hours ago. He was predicting a move down. And we got it. So there's one who was actually looking at it. But he had one that was showing some percentages. That was a while ago. I don't know. I'll have to look at it in the media. See where that was. And maybe it wasn't Gels. I thought it was on previous pullbacks. Yeah, don't see it too quickly. Oh, well. We'll take a look at that later. So let me get. Why did you say you'd worry if it dropped below 12? Because that is the longer term support that we saw back here on 19th of March. That was 12 cents right there. We fall below that, then it's not a price that we've seen since late February. That would be such a huge pullback that, I mean, that's a huge pullback. That would be from the high of 22, that'd be a 50% pullback below 12 cents. That's big. And we're not in that territory. But like I said, this pullback isn't done yet. We're going on a third drop here. It looks like a third drop here on Doge. For those just joining, this is liquidations. This is what this is. These are crypto long liquidations that are happening. And this move is taking out leveraged positions across crypto. And it's just continuing. Here's a $44,000 Solana liquidated long that just got wrecked. So it's still continuing to take out these leveraged positions. And these traders, they just go in and they place another leveraged long thinking, okay, that's the bottom. Put in another one, and then they drop it even lower. So that's what we're seeing are these liquidations happening. That's interesting. On Bitcoin, in just the last hour, there's been $3 million of shorts that got squeezed out. Isn't that interesting? So what's happened is price is dropping, and then traders were opening short positions down here around 66,000, betting on the price to go even lower. But instead, the price moved up over 67 to wipe out $3 million of shorts, squeezed out $3 million, and now they're going to take it lower. So yeah, we're going to see lower prices still, it looks like. This is like a battle that's going on between the traders and the market makers, is what this is. Because those exchanges, they don't want to pay off on leveraged bets because they lose money on that. They don't want to pay off on the long. They don't want to pay off on the short. And we got a battle going on right now. Bitcoin's isn't as wild as swings as we're seeing across the rest of the crypto market. We're watching the Bitcoin dominance actually going up because Bitcoin is not swinging as much percentage-wise as we have on the alts. So Bitcoin dominance is going up. I mean, some of these are huge. I mean, look at Gala, down over 20% now. Cadena down over 20%. Doge 13% right now. Yep, Hector, there was leverage below previous week low. That's how the market works. Came down to wipe out the longs. And then as I showed, new shorts were open and they wiped those out too. They wiped them out. Iran-Israel war certainly puts more fear in the market. Will it lower crypto exponentially? I don't think so. I don't think that's a big enough thing to do that. If the United States gets involved, that could be bad. But in the larger view of things, though, this is all a short-term pullback that could be deep, but the longer-term outlook is still good. It's still good in crypto. We are still coming up to the Bitcoin halving, and even when we had the big dump right before the halving last cycle, that was the fear from the pandemic, right? Huge drop in price. And what happened after? Bitcoin just turned around and traded higher. So for me, I'm not trading this. This is a pullback pre-halving, and there could be some volatility after the halving. We've seen that in both the last two Bitcoin halvings. The price went down in 2016. The price went down in 2020. So I would expect after the halving, the price is going to go down. But then what happened after? Exponential run in Bitcoin. Both times. Exponential run in Bitcoin. So from my point of view, the way I'm trading this is I'm holding what I've got. It would have been nice to have a little more cash ready to buy dips, but I spent it a week ago at 17.5 cents for Doge. So now we're at 16.8 for Doge right now. As Mars says, we're not scared. No, this isn't, again, this is now 13% on Doge is what this is, 13%. This is crypto trading, guys. So, I mean, you went into it, right? Buying crypto thinking you were going to make a lot of money. Well, it doesn't come easy, does it? It doesn't come easy. Nothing guaranteed either. I think the markets are going to go up. It has happened before. After the last two halvings, we have had exponential gains in crypto. Is that a guarantee this is going to happen 2024 into 2025? No, but it's happened before, and I'm willing to keep all of my, crypto in play, not selling any of it, to wait for that next big run up. In the fall, when we're seeing a big run up, we'll look back at April in this pre-halving dip, and that's all it'll be, is a dip. That's the way I'm looking at it. Ryan says, still ain't sweating. Not sweating. So, yep. Is this a normal pre-halving? Well, we have seen it. We have seen pre-halving dumps. And I wish I could zoom in on this here. We did have it 2016. There was a pre-halving dump. And then there was the big one, of course, in 2020. Let's go ahead and let's go to Bitcoin. And let's go to the monthly. And we can look back. This was the halving back in 2020. But on a monthly, you don't really see it. That March dump at the pandemic on the monthly chart just doesn't look like much. And then you go back to 2016 and it all kind of flattens out because it's not that big. So let's go to the weekly and let's do this logarithmic. And we'll see a little more. Okay, so here's what we had. This was the red drop. Pre-halving 2020. This was middle of March, 9th to the 16th, where Bitcoin dropped all the way from 8,000 down to 4,000, right? It cut Bitcoins in half. But there was a lot of fear, like, what is this, coronavirus thing? There were lockdowns, right? A lot of fear. Traded back up, and then post-halving, not really great trading, took until July. So yeah, that took a while. The halving before that, there was a pullback. This is on the weekly. Just the week before, there was a big red candle right there. Yep. There was a big red candle right there. Where did that go? That Bitcoin went from $760 down to $560. That's a pretty decent percentage there. And then post-halving, there was some sell-off that happened. But then look what happened. Bitcoin just took off. So we've seen this before. And now here we are. I got to get rid of all these big white circles here. So this is on a weekly chart, and this is what the Bitcoin chart looks like. Crazy. Bitcoin's gone on a huge run, pre-halving, broke a previous all-time high, and now it's pulling back. Overall, this is still a very bullish chart with this pullback in Bitcoin. Yeah, Matuz, don't look at that. Don't look at the numbers. That's what I say. Don't look at the numbers. Because look at the 2 weeks prior. How much were you up? Probably quite a bit. Probably more than 160K. I'm not looking at my portfolio right now. Sorry, I can't see everybody's comments. Huzafa. I'm not ignoring any comments. I can't keep up with everybody's comments. So do the best I can. Hector thinks we're going to see $69,000 Bitcoin pretty soon. No, that's not healthy, Matus. Looking at it day and night is not healthy for you. I only look at mine on a regular basis because it informs me what I need to talk about in my videos and live streams. But I'm not trading. As I've told you guys, I'm holding, and I want everything held at least a year. So when I sell with my profits, they're going to be a long-term capital gains profit. So I'm not trading this. I'm not playing those games, not trying to swing anything because we don't know. So Ryan says, haven't really looked consistently in a few weeks. Yeah, we kind of been going sideways a bit. Once we hit that 22 cent thing, and then Doge settled, Bitcoin settled, and now we're seeing some spicy action here. And a lot of people getting worried, but those of us that are looking at this longer term, not worried. Not worried. But yeah, this is a shakeout that's happening. I think it's a Friday afternoon. We've got some questionable stuff going on in the economy. Inflation seems to be coming back a little bit. The United States Fed probably not going to be lowering interest rates for a while. That seems to be the talk. We can go to finance.yahoo, see what they're saying. Stock slide as big bank earnings underwhelm. Who cares about the big banks? Nobody cares about that. Where is all the bad news? It's not the banks. Consumers are getting frustrated with stalling inflation. That's us, retail traders. We're worried about that. There's just not else a lot here. There's not a lot here. Markets are down, but Yahoo Finance is not reporting anything, really. Israel bracing for unprecedented direct Iran attack in days. So there's one thing. But yeah, not much else going on there. We'll see what CoinDesk says. Bitcoin plunges to 66K. Altcoins tumble 10 to 15%. Ugly day for risk assets. That's what we got. But they don't say why. Yeah, not much else going on. That seems to be the one article here. Cryptocurrencies tumbled Friday as risk-off sentiment in traditional markets amid flared up geopolitical risks spread over to digital assets. A fast downward afternoon action during U.S. trading, Bitcoin plunged below 66K after having just challenged the 71 level just hours earlier. ETH fell as much as 12%. Smaller crypto suffered even heavier losses in the panicky action. And that's what we see. That's what we see. The altcoins, much more volatile in this kind of trading environment. And then we looked at the liquidations chart ourselves. That's about it. So no huge end of the world news is happening. Yeah, like what Robert says, in the next few days, Bitcoin, all of the cryptos will be going right back up. We could see, I could see this settling down at this lower level for a little while and not seeing Doge back up at 20 cents. We could see that. Just kind of Just kind of hanging out in the 17s, maybe touching 18 again. Dr. Irfan, thank you. Appreciate the support. A lot of people are going to lose crypto due to panic. There are panic sellers out there. That happens. Eventually, they buy back in at a higher price. So you're down a little bit of crypto because of that. And you learn from it, and maybe next time you're not so trigger happy on that sell button and you wait it out. Again, and this is all predicated around the 4-year cycles. Again, and I'll pull this over. This is all 4-year cycle stuff. And this is how I think. We're still in early stages of the 4th cycle of bull market. 4th cycle. So the 4th Bitcoin halving. After each Bitcoin halving, the end of that year and the following year came up to all-time highs. Bitcoin halving in 2012, 2013, all-time highs. Then we have the bear market, the dip year. 2016, Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin trading up near the end of 2016, and then a huge run in 2017, all-time high, and then we have a bear market. Now we fast forward to 2020, Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin trades up during the last half of 2020, hits an all-time high in 2021. We just went through that 2022 bear market. So we are not in a bear market now. Again, it's every 4 years. I'm still a believer of the 4-year cycles until it changes. And I don't see it changing right now. This is a temporary shakeout that's happening. 2023 was a reset year. Actually a good year for Bitcoin. Most alts didn't do that well in 2023. But now what we're seeing in 2024, which is our Bitcoin halving coming right up, a little volatility right here near the halving. And then we're going to see most likely a post-halving run and then an all-time high in 2025. Now, what has been different this cycle is we had those Bitcoin spot ETFs approved in January, and there was so much buying of Bitcoin going on, Bitcoin actually made a new all-time high before the halving. But that doesn't negate a run continuing on the 4-year cycles. That doesn't negate that. So that's how I'm still looking at this, with big runs to come. And this is a temporary pullback. And we'll see whether the volume starts ticking back down. And like I thought, we'll probably be settling down here in the 17s, again, maybe touching 18. And this becomes sort of this new trading zone. Again, it's going into the weekend. Stock market's now closed. Crypto's going to do its thing. We'll see how much of a recovery there is. Bitcoin trading back up over 67,000. Doge hanging out in the low 17s. This is still 17-cent Dogecoin, guy. It's not 7-cent Dogecoin. Just in February, we had 8-cent Dogecoin, and we're double that. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Sorry I haven't been able to keep up with everybody's messages in the chat, but I had to show that 4-year cycle because, again, that's what I'm still trading or looking at, because I'm not trading. I'm not selling for a while. I'm waiting for that big run to happen. Altcoins took a dump today. Yes. They'll come back. They'll come back. And panic buying happens. Panic buying happens too. Most panic buying happens, though, when there's FOMO and the price is going way up. This is dip buying here. This is dip buying. Patrick says, last cycle I lost a lot. This time I'm just waiting it out. No point trying to scalp a few $100s. I think that's a good outlook. Ryan has a little cash sitting on the side. What do you do? What do you do? Yeah, Avalanche took a dump today. React. That was bad. Let's see, Avalanche 38.9. Yep. I was just getting comfortable with it up here at $46, and now it's back down to 38 because I've got a little bag of Avalanche too. So that's a 15% drop on AVAX. Yeah, Yuli asking how low Doge is going to go. That could have been it. 16-cent Doge. That wick right there could have been it about an hour ago. DM says, what a day. You caught 16.3? Probably one of the few. That would have been tough because that happened really fast. Doge was down there at 16.3 very fast. So you either had a limit order set that filled or you were right there at just the right time. That would have been hard because that was quick. So Doge price prediction during Bitcoin halving, what's going to happen? And we've looked at previous halvings where there were drops before the halving, but there was a big run up to the halving. That's by the rumor. So we're still a week away from the halving. So we could see a run up this week. And then post halving, we could see another drop. So the drop that we saw today is a shakeout. It is a shakeout. Crypto longs getting liquidated. Don't want to say manipulation, but it was manipulation. As we see huge liquidations. And look at now. Look at the shorters getting squeezed out now. These are all 2,000, 25,000, 1,000, 37,000, but these are shorts now that are getting squeezed out. That's what's happening right now, are the shorts. Someone just lost $6,000 on a Solana short. Someone else lost 10,000 on a Solana short. Someone just lost 1,800 on a Doge. Another 3,000 on a Doge. So yeah, people are short in Doge and they're getting squeezed out right now. This just happened. As the Doge price goes up. So those that want to short Doge, good luck. But there's a lot of power in buying dips, though. And a lot of people have been waiting for Doge to drop so that they could buy dips. So now we got a lot of Doge buying going on. People thinking, all right, this was it. This was the dip. I'm getting the Doge now because it's going to go back up. We don't know that for sure, but that's looks like what's happening to me. Is traders look like they think that was the bottom of this dip and they're buying. Same thing with Bitcoin. Nice green candle, Bitcoin moving up. Yep. Never regret Doge. Troy got 16.2. So React Indian is regretting buying a lot of Doge. It depends on when you bought it. I mean, if you've bought it this year, then you're, somewhere around, 17 to, 19 cents probably. This is a short-term pullback, I think. And you're not going to regret it when Doge is trading up at 35, 40 cents, even higher. Then you're not going to regret it. Hey, Toss, how are you? Yeah, if you bought yesterday, you never know. You never know. The Hong Kong ETF, they're talking about that maybe starting trading, on the 15th of April, on Monday. That looks like when that Hong Kong ETF, that's a Bitcoin ETF for Asian traders. And there's no grayscale over there to be dumping. So that could be good for Bitcoin. We could have a good crypto trading week next week leading up to the halving. We could have that. You think we'll get up to 18.5, Hector, in the next 15 minutes? We could. If this buying ticks up, we could see that. And then it would be goodbye 17s. We could see that. Some family vlogs. Look, my family lets me do this just to blow off steam and have some fun. But we don't need to be doing family vlogs. This is just me talking crypto. And I get into some personal stuff every now and then, but most of you guys don't want to hear that stuff. Did you see my cat in the video this morning? Filming the video, and cat jumps up here, the bureau next to me, and then jumps down right through the screen. Just like that cat. I didn't even realize he did it. I'm editing the video, and it's like, the cat's in the video. It's like, what's that? When I do live streams, I close the door. I got the door closed. It's like, don't want him coming in during the lives. Gerard bought Dogecoin on this dip. It's a gift. Yes, sir. It's a gift. Matt, I think this was the drop before. Oh, after the halving. I have some funds saved up and want to buy more. After the halving. Wow. Because of the volatility we just had today, I mean, will we see Doge, back up around 20 cents going into the halving, going into Doge Day? If that's the case, then yeah, probably some volatility coming right back down to these levels in the 17s. Most likely that's what we would see. If there's good trading and positive movement this week leading up to the halving and Doge Day, which is going to be the same day, we could see that. I was going to look for the other pullback media that were showing the prior pullbacks. This is the one that shows the bull markets. Again, this is the 4-year. This is another view of 4-year cycles. And again, I get fixated on 4-year cycles because that's how I trade this. So David's asking, time to buy in or cash out. So listen to this, David. This answers the question. we have had 3 previous full cycles, and we're now in the 4th cycle. Okay? We're now in the 4th cycle. 2011, bear market. 2012, reset year. And then a run. 2014, bear. 2015, reset. 2016 is a first bull. 2017 is a second bull. This is Vivek's theory of 2 bull runs happening. 2018, bear market. 2019, reset year. 2020, first bull. 2021, second bull. And that was the all-time high. 2022, bear market. We just lived it. 2023 is a pre-bull. Actually, like I said, Bitcoin actually did very well because it had that big FTX dip. Went down to 16K. But now we're in 2024. This is the first bull. And then there's a second bull in 2025. So I'm waiting. I am not selling now because we still have this to go and this to go and this to go. If the 4-year cycle repeats again, prices are going to be much higher through 2024 into 2025 than they are right now. And I'm willing to wait. So I'm not selling now. But that's me. You do you. But that's what I'm looking at. Sarah got some in the 16s. Nice. So I'm looking at 160,000 Doge at an average of 9.8. That's a good average. You like seeing the cat? Yeah, he's a pain sometimes. Oh, you only listened to the video. You didn't watch it. It was in the first minute. It was right at the beginning. It was in my intro. That cat. That cat. Hey, Singe, how are you? People buying our big money. Buying because they know it's going to pop. Diamond hands, baby. Yeah, that line's going to go right up into the 2021 slot. It could. On that Vivek chart, it could go up that much. Algorand. Oh, Xerify. Algorand's killing me. Let's look at the Algorand chart. That was a big dip down into the 17-cent range for Algorand. Oh. Algorand has not traded well over the past couple of years. It's been tough. Is Algorand a good investment now? I do not know why there is not more adoption of the Algorand blockchain. Can't explain it. Great project, great blockchain. Don't know. All the money's in Solana and a lot of these other layer 2s and not Algo. Why people aren't building on Algo, I don't know. Algorand had a great start, but God, this past couple of years, not been good for Algorand. How's it going to go from here? I don't know. I still own a bag. We'll see what happens. I'm not buying any more. I'm not putting any more into this because I don't know. Same with Cardano, Noctis. Same with Cardano. Cardano has traded very poorly. 44-cent Cardano on the dip. Again, Cardano is one of those that in the past cycle, it really lagged behind everything else moving up in the bull run. And then in 2025, late, it made its big run. That's how Cardano traded. We can look on the weekly and we can see it back. It didn't make its big run here till 2021, August. It was like August of 2021 when Cardano traded up to $3. That big run. So yeah, we may not see a huge run in Algorand until 2025 if it follows this kind of pattern from before. But yeah, you look at this chart for Cardano here, and then you look over that same period right here at Solana, and you see a huge difference. Huge difference. Solana came down to $1 or 150, dropped below 150 here. For those wanting to get into Solana, all the way down to 141. Wow. Look at that drop on Solana from this morning at 175. That's a 20% drop right there. I know, poor Algo. Don't rub it in, dude. Oh, are you in the Baltimore area? Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, it's got to be tough driving around there. Wondering to buy more? Wait for another dip? Do you buy in now? You got to make that call. I already spent my April money and I bought it 17.5 cents. But that was back here at the beginning of the month. Right back there. That green circle there, that's where I bought in on that dip on April 2nd. And I thought I was pretty smart buying there. This dip was lower. No regrets, dudes. No regrets. You make the best decision at the time and you're in. So if you think the price is going to go down from here and it's not going to go back up to this level ever again, then you might want to consider selling. I have confidence that Doge is going to go a lot higher than 17 cents. Nick just bought another dip, adding more Doge. Yeah, Zerify. I don't know about Cosmos. I know there's a lot of things being built on Cosmos. But I don't invest in Cosmos, so I don't follow it that closely. DM says, can't regret making monies. And I mean, I'm still on all of my crypto. I am up overall. There's a few of my lower, my smaller bags, like Loopring now I'm down on, I think, because Loopring, came down to 28 cents. And my average is 34. So I'm down a little on Loopring because of the dip today. And a couple others, but much smaller percentages of my overall portfolio. I'm in the green on everything else. I didn't even look at what SHIB fell to today. 21. Again, I bought SHIB at 10, so I'm still up over 2x on SHIB. Again, I'm not worried. Bigger picture. I didn't look and see what Spell did today. Yeah, I own some Spell. It's a small, again, another one that's a small part of my portfolio. Added a 0. Back to 0009 on Spell. And my average is, what's my Spell average? is 0.005. Is my spell average, 0.0055. So I'm still in the green on my spell. Again, don't have a huge bag of it, but thought it was one of those low-cost ones. You can get a bunch of tokens for a small price. It's tradable on Coinbase, so you could buy it on Coinbase, which I only trade on Coinbase and Robinhood now. So most of my trading is on Coinbase. So if it's not available on Coinbase, I don't buy it. I still have a few things I bought on Binance US that still aren't on Coinbase. So when it comes time to sell, probably will have to go over to Coinbase or go to Binance US, trade it for Tether, and then move Tether into Coinbase because I can't get cash out of Binance US anymore. So yeah. No, Spell looks like that was a nice buying opportunity at 0.008 here. Now up to 0.094. And Doge looks like it's just going to be hanging out here in the low 17s right now. Another 1,500 Doge. Avalanche, a 5x. If I was George, I would just say sure, because that's what he says to everything, right? If you watch George on Cryptos R Us, 5x, yeah, everything, 5x. Let's see Avalanche here. Let's go back in time. Avalanche came up to 140. That's this yellow line here, 140. 62 is the local high. A 5x from here would be 200. I think Avalanche would be have a hard time getting up to 200 from here. I will say no on this cycle on Avalanche, going to $200 a token. I also think there's a lot more AVAX tokens today in circulation than there were back here in 2021. And I don't know for sure how many there were back then. I'd have to do some maths on that to figure that out. But that's what a lot of these altcoins have as a challenge, including Algorand. Algorand has minted a bunch since last cycle. So Algorand is not going to $2. No, we won't see that. So for here, I mean, if Avalanche gets up to $100, then I may be thinking about skimming some profits on Avalanche. My average is 16, so that's right here, 1665 is my average. So I'm still up quite a bit, but yeah, this is a big drop for Avalanche right now. Big drop. Yeah, one tweet is all it takes for Elon. Number twos, I'm not angry at all. Not angry at all. What coin or token do you suggest investing in? My latest purchase was SUI. Take a look at SUI. I think SUI is going to be one to watch going forward. $1.15 could have just bought it for. Look at the overall daily chart. SUI did have a run up here early this year. But this dip down here, look at that, right onto the 200-day moving average for SUI at $1.04. That's a pretty good price right there. I think we're going to be seeing more and more news about SUI going forward. SUI blockchain, people building on SUI. It's kind of this is kind of like a VC-backed Silicon Valley blockchain that you're going to see a lot built on there. That's if you want to get into, you don't want to like chase another meme or something like that, and you want a blockchain technology-based crypto to invest in. SUI would be one to look at. Or you could just buy more Doge. But I believe in diversity. So I've got like 25 cryptos that I've put money into. Probably too many. I probably will never have that many again. Next cycle, I will not spread it out so far. I was having fun this cycle like a year ago when I was buying a lot of these. I mean, they just all look like good projects. It's like, I want to have some of that, and I want to have some of this. But yeah, I spread myself a little too wide there. Litecoin, Michael. Let's see what Litecoin dipped to. Litecoin. I know I have it. Go. Now at 85. It hit my red support line here at 82. Actually almost touched $80 here on the wick. That 82 support line though goes way back. Yeah, that's a few weeks. So it came all the way down. But Litecoin had gone on this big run here, end of March. Sometimes that happens on the pullbacks. You get a big run and you're going to have a big pullback as well. And that looks like just what we saw. Again, this drop we had today is liquidations of crypto longs. For those, if you listen to some of these other YouTubers, they talk about leverage trading. They usually have affiliate links for you to join these non-United States based crypto exchanges where you can freely trade with leverage. Some you have to use a VPN to get into. But be careful. Be careful doing that, because a day like today wiped out a lot of people. Wiped out a lot of people. I do not trade leverage at all for precisely this reason. Like we saw today, I am a more DCA, buy and hold, wait for the big runs to come, which I think is going to be starting this fall. I know it's like 6 months away, but you got to have patience. You got to have the longer term view to make the money. And again, I mean, if you listen to Raw Paul and what he says about, like, don't F this up, this is not the time to be shorting, trading with leverage. You'll get wiped out one way or the other, or both, as we're seeing today with traders, or both. It's happening. And yeah, that's tough. Yeah, one tweet by Elon Musk would all it take, but he's not going to be tweeting about Doge in a while. So I'm not expecting something like that anytime soon. You've got 56 coins, Toss. Whoa. You're double mine. I think I'm like way, way too wide. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, Samos, I think it's a lot. Ryan, thanks for the reminder. Everybody hit the like button. Appreciate that. We're kind of here commiserating together on a Friday afternoon after a big dip in the crypto market, which doesn't have any particular reason for dropping this low. We looked at the stock market, which is only down like 1.5 points, and most cryptos are down 10 points or more. So yeah, this is crypto. The risk of crypto trading is the volatility, and we certainly had it today. The volume isn't ticking down yet. We still have some big volume candles here, so we'll be watching that. Bitcoin has ticked down a bit. Bitcoin seems to be settling here in about 67.5. So we'll be checking in on that. In ETH, right around 32.4. Couldn't hold my 3,300 support line, which is the blue one there. Two. No, I'm not crying. No way, dude. No way. I'm so much in profit still. There's no tears here. I'm doing good. Michael's got 4 coins, maybe 5. I'll keep with that next time. Sheep, just about anything you buy now at this dip, I think you're going to do okay. Could it dip some more? I don't follow near, so I don't know much about it. Just jonesing joining us. What the F is going on? Wiping out leverage. Hope you're not trading with leverage. Let's look at the crypto bubbles. Haven't looked at the crypto bubbles today. It's going to be a lot of red. Oh yeah. A lot of red. Look at that. Right across the board. Everything's in the red. What are the biggest ones right now over the past 24 hours? Can't see the Pepe one because it's behind me. That's 21%. Bonk is 22. W, whatever that is. Wormhole, 23. Arbitrum, 21. That's why I think Arbitrum might be a good buy too on the dip. Gala, 19. Optimism, 18. WIF, 24. Core, 28. So there's not any one big giant bubble. There's Doge over there at 12 now. For the past 24 hours, down 12%. Doge. Yeah, it looks like the memes probably got hit the worst. That's what it looks like. Let's go to the second 100 page. Oh, here's a new one, Pups. It's up 15%. Anybody in Pups? There's your one green in the top 200. It's this thing called Pups. Luna. Who's still trading Luna? Oh my God. Pixel down, Sats down. Yeah, Ape. Yeah, it looks like the memes, even on the second page here, are the ones that are mostly down. Bohm, down 22. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's the the memes got hit worse than everything else. Adam says, besides my Doge, I have ADA. Disappointed overall. Long-term. Yeah, Cardano is going to be a long-term one. And I'm going to sit on it for a while as well. Who sold their bag? GVC, Luda Classic. I need to get rid of that bag. Yeah. Welcome to the slaughterhouse. I mean, there's so many good projects, David. Top 10 traded. Are you looking for volume? What's happening there or interest? I mean, sometimes you can go onto CoinMarketCap and you can just look at what's trending. But I mean, render is the #1 trending right now. I think a lot of people are buying render right now on this dip. That's what it looks like. Why render would be #1 here. So there's one to look at, would be render. Cat in a dog's world, Mew. There's like a new one called Easy. So sometimes I just look on the trending, see what's happening. But yeah, render is the #1 trender, so that might be one for you to look at. You think TON is going to surpass Doge? I haven't looked at the latest updated market caps. TON is at 22.5. Doge is at 24.7. So there's still over $2 billion between the two. XRP just dropped below USDC. So XRP is down to 29.9 on this dip. Doge could overtake XRP in the next run. We'll be watching that. We will be watching that. That's interesting. Yeah, GVC render. See, there you go, David. Another render supporter. Yeah, Elon's not going to help us right now. Long term, I think that's a good bet. Mr. Keith thinks we're going to have a green God candle coming. So, yeah, comes in package. It's the this is all liquidations that we saw today. Hundreds of millions of dollars liquidated. Once Bitcoin started trading off here this morning, it just accelerated this afternoon. And then big dump where we saw, over $200 million in leveraged longs liquidated. That's the story of the day. It's not tied to any bad news in cryptocurrency. Nothing particular happened today to cause crypto to have this big dump. The overall stock market was down, but only 1.5 points. And yet we have 10 plus points down across the crypto market. So yeah, that's the news today is wiping out leverage, because the exchanges don't want you to make money off of them trading with leverage. And I know you guys don't trade leverage because you listen to me. Some of you might, but I don't. And again, particularly because of days like today, I don't like to lose money, and that's losing. You don't lose if you don't sell. And I haven't sold anything today. But if you were trading with leverage, you would have been liquidated, which is the same as selling. No, thank you. And you also lose that too. That would have been a loss. Now, you could have had a longer term leverage position open at a price lower than what it is today, and then you kept upping your liquidation price or your stop loss price. You could do that. And then when you get liquidated, you're still in the profit. But that's a longer trade. I guess some people do that. Well, we have one more dump tonight. Right now, it looks like we're settling down right here between 17 and 17.5 on Doge. The volume's starting to tick back down. So it looks like the volatility is calming. So Yeah, we may just take a breather tonight, right in this range. I would like to think that, that the Asian market will wake up in the morning in a couple hours and they'll see these prices and they'll start buying. They'll be like, whoa, what happened? They wake up and they're like, oh, the prices are a lot lower than they were when I went to bed. They missed this whole thing. They slept right through it. And the whales are coming. Judge Bibble says the whales are coming. 17-cent Doge is looking pretty good compared to where Doge can go. Could be last opportunity. Do you get a dog when you buy Doge? You get one of these on Amazon. You get a little Dogecoin, commemorative coin there. You get one of those. It's pretty cool. Got a couple of those. I've got one still in its case that I'm going to give away at some point in time. Just have it sitting here waiting. You've got two of them? Yep, I got two of them too. Only one for me, and one I'm going to do a giveaway at some point in time. Still mint condition. I'm going to do that. How's our Kriss portfolio doing? Ouch. Let me refresh that. See what we got now. It's still 26,000. We're still up over 150%, up 15,000 on our portfolio. That's pretty good. For those that don't know what this is the Kriss DCA portfolio. I put $10,000 into this, and it's even after this dip, it's still over 25,000 profit. And it's got 75,000 Dogecoin here in this portfolio that I'm going to be giving away to those that join the Kriss channel. I appreciate subscriptions. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already subscribed, definitely do that. Appreciate the support. But if you want to get Dogecoin from me that I'm going to be sending out to all of my family members who join the channel sometime at the top of the bull market. We'll see how close we get to the top of the bull market. To join, just go to my YouTube channel and hit the join button there, and you join the channel. Supports the channel. You get your name in green in the chat. You get a check mark next to your name, and you get to use all these fun, different emojis. So one of my favorite ones is the cool Doge. I like to use the cool Doge. But you get to use that if you join the channel. And then we'll be sending you Dogecoin, the top of the bull market. Now this portfolio, I'm going to sell everything else. The top of the bull market, whenever we all think that is, we're going to sell everything else. But the Dogecoin, I'm not selling. I'm not selling the Dogecoin. I'm giving out the Dogecoin. I'm giving it to you guys. So this was the deal I started last summer because I was so confident that last summer was the bottom of the bear market for altcoins. Our average price on all of the Doge we bought is 6.1 cents. 6.1 cents. Look at the render. Render was $1.45. Now it's over $8, and that's after this 10% drop. So still a great looking portfolio except for the XRP. The XRP is now in the red. Everything else is green except the XRP stablecoin in the red. we only have a little bit, only 1,200 XRP, about $600 worth, but more proving a point. Doge is going to overtake XRP. That's going to be coming. So watch for that. But yeah, this is a good looking portfolio still. Got some Bitcoin in it at 26K is our average buy price on Bitcoin. Got a bunch of Jasmy here, Render and Sheeb. Again, I was so confident that I was just like, look, I'm going to put this money in there. We're going to be half Dogecoin, and I'm going to give that Dogecoin away. And we had fun buying. I was buying a lot of that crypto live during these live streams. And we were figuring out which ones to buy, and that was all good. We were having fun. And now here we are, just about 8-9 months later. That 10,000 is now 25,000. It was over 30. It's going to be much higher, though. I predicted 50. That yes, it was going to be a 5x, be 50. We'll see if we get there. I think we will. What else going on? Well, this morning I made a "Are you bearish or bullish?" video. Bull market, optimism, prices going up. Bear market, pessimism, prices going down. But then there's Doge. Such wow, much success. Us Dogecoin fans just to hang it out. This was before the price drop. But we're not a bear market. This is just a short-term pullback to flush out all of that liquidity, and it'll move on up. What's that? The Swedish House Mafia? Is that what they were called? That's a good song. Don't You Worry, Child. It's a good song. Didn't they get back together to do some concerts or something? I thought I heard that recently because they had broken up years ago. But yeah, Don't You Worry, Child. That's a good song. Recommended buy price for Doge? Well, it's at 17.2 right now. Oh, we don't need that. It's 17.2. You could have got some just about an hour and a half ago for 16.6. But even 17.2 in the bigger scheme, the bigger picture, it's probably going to be a decent price. Again, I bought at 17.5 just a little over a week ago, thinking that 17.5 was a great price. Now you can get it lower than what I just bought for. Hector says now. Again, not a financial advisor, not telling anyone what to do. When you see red in the market, though, that's when you buy. That's when you buy. Here's the Render chart. Oh, Render has come back quite a bit. Look at that recovery in Render. Something's going on with Render. They have that nice V-shaped recovery here. It's probably the only one that's having that kind of recovery. Everything else still seems to be down quite a bit, of course, except for Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance went up quite a bit today. What else looks like did all right? ETH didn't drop quite as much, but it's still kind of lagging. Bitcoin trying to hold on to 67K. And Doge, 1725. never see 17 cents again. Once Doge starts moving, there will be a lot of people wishing that they had bought at 17. That's going to happen. That is going to happen. 5 o'clock hour now, when I usually start my live stream. So anyone new coming in, I started early because we had dumpage going on and need to talk about it, especially with that big candle going down. So that's when we started and had a lot of good discussions so far, but don't mind repeating if anyone needs to hear repeating. CoinDesk is really just talks about ugly day for risk assets, continued market weakness due to the tax season. No, I don't think so. I don't think the tax season has anything to do with it, because all the trading for your taxes was done on December 31st. Any trading today has absolutely nothing to do with your taxes right now. We'll worry about that next year. So yeah, this is all liquidations. And what we saw with these huge liquidations, giant liquidations. Look at that. So the 1 o'clock hour had 200 million. The 2 o'clock hour ended up with $400 million in liquidations. Wow. And then the 3 o'clock hour was only about 13 million. So it was really that 2 o'clock and then that, or the 1 o'clock and then the 2 o'clock hour, those big green candles right there. But I mean, look, even now, liquidations are happening with Bitcoin even. So somebody opened up a new Bitcoin long and just got liquidated. These traders, they don't know when to take a breather. They don't know when to take a breather. They're just getting wrecked. The exchanges see what you do when you trade with leverage. They know what your liquidation price is. So, yeah, they drop the price and people get liquidated. You're happy that it dropped. Gave everyone an opportunity to buy more. Yeah, I'm not so happy about it because I want the price to go even higher. But for those of you that were waiting for a big dip, I think that was it. Now, those that are greedy and saying you're waiting for 12-cent Dogecoin, come on. Be a little realistic. Yeah, someone was saying, Kriss, you should really have some limit orders set, for 12 cents and 10 cents in case Dogecoin goes down there. And I'm like, then I would just have cash sitting there and the order won't get filled. And do you know what happens when you have cash? It goes down. In other words, it inflates away. So no, I've got it all in crypto. It's making money for me, not just sitting there stuck in a limit order that's never going to get filled. There could be more dips. We could have more dips, but not 12 cents. That would be a dump. That's not a dip. And that would only happen if Bitcoin did a huge dump. And that's not going to happen. I just do not see that happening now. We're talking about Hong Kong starting ETFs next week. That's Asian money coming into Bitcoin directly with no grayscale dumping. Just think about that. That could be huge. Bitcoin halving, yes, I think there's going to be the sort of buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing where we're going to see the crypto market go up next week into the halving. And then post halving, we're probably going to see some settling. It's happened before. So if you don't buy on this dip because you don't have the money ready, maybe more toward the end of April, you might have another opportunity. Depending on where the cryptos go from here through next week to the halving, we could then see where maybe those dips might be. But it might not be down to 17.1. We don't know yet. After the halving every cycle. Yeah, we looked at that. Again, that was MAGS. Let me get that chart, which was his halving chart. Or was it MAGS? No, he had this different one, the reaccumulation and bull market one. I'll have to find the one that had the, maybe it was gels. No, he was, the gel one was just, he was predicting a pullback. Should have bookmarked it. I don't use my bookmarks enough. I don't use my bookmarks enough. Yeah, so maybe it was one of Vivek's here. There we go. It was Vivek. Good old Vivek. So he highlighted the past two halvings and then showing that price actually went down the past two halvings after the halving. But that was short-lived. And the explanation for why that happens is most likely Bitcoin miners. So those are miners that are selling. They sell their Bitcoin and they get out of the mining game because the rewards are cut in half and they figure they can't make a profit. So they sell their Bitcoin and get out of the game. And that's what that selling is post-halving. The research that went into the halving that I read like at the beginning of the year said that post-halving, taking into account costs for updating rigs and your utility and energy costs, that Bitcoin would have to be at least at 42K for miners to break even. And we're over that. But what's happened since then is the hash rate on Bitcoin has continually gone up higher and higher and higher at all-time highs. So there's more competition for those Bitcoin rewards, meaning even less for the miners, for each miner. There's more competition. So that's not looking great for a lot of the miners. Again, that happened post-halving 2020. The same thing happened post-halving 2016, which is why many are predicting post-halving 2024 is we would see a short-term dip in the Bitcoin market. But look what happens soon after. It recovers and then goes on a parabolic run. It recovers and then goes on a parabolic run. That's happened the past two cycles. So what's going to happen this cycle? Well, there's no guarantee just because it happened before, but come on. That's what we got to look forward to. So that's what I'm trading on. Is I've got my bags packed and now I'm waiting for those big runs. And I will wait, and I'll wait it out. And next fall we'll be here talking about prices a lot higher than this, and we won't even remember this day. This day will be a little blip in the overall trading. I mean, look, Dogecoin is down 11%. I mean, overall, MyDoge is up like 500%. So 11% dip is, to me, just that's crypto. That doesn't bother me. I know some of you just recently bought maybe 18 cent, 19 cent, 20 cent Dogecoin, and you're down a little now. Again, you got to look at the longer term view and see how this plays out. Robo bought more today. Loving the sales price, 17 cent Doge. For those that bought last night or early this morning, you were buying up at 19.9, 19.8. SWFTC. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Yeah, if everybody who had stop losses buys back in, we'll be good, Rob. Exactly. Just buy right back in. GVC, we're going to have a Doge Day party, which is also going to be a halving party. They'll be right here live on April 20th. So yes, it'll be kind of a halving party, post-halving party, but Doge Day as well. So that'll be a good one. That'll be right here. So be subscribed, have your notifications on, because that'll be on a Saturday. I'm doing a special Saturday live stream. I will not be live next week. I'll be in my sunny remote location for the week. I'll still be doing videos, but will not be live until Saturday when I get back to Boston. Just in time for our post-halving Doge Day party. And looking at higher prices. Higher prices. Swing low got 16.5. Nice little pickup on the dip. Good job. And you know, Brian, actually, the dips are good for the overall market. They really are. It does wipe out that liquidity, but it encourages more people to buy on the dips, and it generally leads to bigger runs next leg up. So yes, what you're calling the big wave, that's it. So when do the altcoins really start moving after the halving? Because the halving is in April this year, last time it was like in May or June. There is this saying in the markets, and it's mostly the stock market, was sell in May, go away, and you buy back in September, October. So the fall is generally the time when the markets really move. Do we have to wait for the fall for the altcoins to really make a move? Maybe. That might be. We could have kind of a choppy summer coming with no huge moves, but things like, Hong Kong next week starting, spot Bitcoin ETF selling, there's going to be a lot of people buying those. And they're not selling. They're buying to buy, and particularly with a lower price like Bitcoin is now, at 66K instead of 70K, you will get a lot of buying. And that is looking like that might be starting on Monday, as early as Monday for Hong Kong. That could be a lot of Bitcoin buying. That buying pressure will lead to prices going up, which is why I kind of think next week is going to be a good trading week in crypto. And then we're going to have kind of a leveling out with maybe some dips happening. I don't think the crypto narrative is revolving around AI. I think there are some AI associated cryptos that have done well, but that's not the narrative. The narrative is all around adoption and store of value. It's price accumulation on Bitcoin and its adoption across blockchain technology. As that continues to grow, that's the narrative. AI, crypto really doesn't do much with AI. I still don't know what Fetch AI actually does. I don't know what your Fetch token actually does when it comes to AI. They call themselves an AI thing. I don't know what it does. Render said they were an AI, but they were really more of a what was it? Sort of lending out your your GPUs to be able to be used by others that are crunching numbers for AI technology, something like that. But people are buying Render. People buy Fetch, but the AI is not in crypto. No. It's adoption and it's store of value. We are still in big price appreciation times. There are still so many people that are just like buying into Bitcoin, not because they want to use it for anything, because they want to make money. That's still the major narrative in crypto. And it's why a lot of you guys bought crypto. It's because you want to make money on it. It's not because of its fancy blockchain technology, or it's because price go up, you make money. That is still the narrative. When's the next pizza party? I don't know. I haven't heard. As soon as I hear, I'll let you know. I may be heading down to New York too for the next one. I couldn't make this last one. I was already had plans that weekend, but we'll see. Next one, I may be headed down to New York for that. If so, and you're there, Ryan, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. That'll be fun. And then buying pizza with Dogecoin. You're motivated when it's dip time to buy more Doge. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Awesome. Everybody should subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Especially, you got to hit your notifications and hit that little down arrow and make sure you hit all so you get those notifications when I go live, because I do change up the times every now and then. Like today, you guys have just joined at 5 o'clock wondering what Kriss is doing. I've already been on for 2 hours because we had a major price action happening 2 hours ago. So I got on live to talk about it while it was happening. There were a few freaking out at the time. There were a few freaking out thinking that this was just going to keep going down and down and down. But what did I say? Guys, no, that's flushing out that leverage longs. It's good for the markets. The Doge price is going to come back up and it's going to settle in a new area. And this seems to be it right here, right between 17 and a half cents. Like I said, this is what's playing out right now. That's what we got. Yeah, John, we talked about world geopolitics, and these are the risk assets. Like crypto is a risk asset, and these are the ones that get hurt most when there is a big event like that. However, it's a short-term thing until like bigger countries like the United States end up really going to war. That would be different. But right now, so yeah, part of this dip might have been on the backs of that, but that's not the narrative on the drop. There's also some questions about the United States economy moving forward. Are we going to see some interest rate cuts? Doesn't look like it's going to happen as soon as many people thought it would. I always said June would be the earliest, and I still stand by that. There's a May FOMC meeting, most likely, no cut. Some people are going to get worried. Oh, the Fed didn't cut the rate. Or I've been saying since January, there's going to be no rate cuts until at least June. But hey, who listens to me but you guys? Who else listens to me? Eye of Vandon. With the government planning to implement regulations, do you think this is the last cycle for actual huge runs and gains? That's a great question. That's a great question. There are many believe that to be the case. There's also many who think that this is the last big run before, instead of having an overall market cap of, what are we at now with this dip? What's our market cap here? 2.4 trillion. Like, I mean, let's say we go up 5x, right? And we're over 10 trillion this cycle in market cap. Well, there's many who believe, and I am one of them, that each cycle we're going to be seeing less and less large percentage gains. So we look at the Bitcoin chart here, and we look at this logarithmic chart of the cycles, and this is what I show. So I made this sometime last year, but it's still in play. Just ignore these horizontal lines. These are my current supply and resistant lines. But these are the 4 cycles post-halving, and each all-time high has been less of a percentage gain over the 4 years than the previous. And so instead of being a straight line, you end up with this curve. See that curve there? I know it's kind of light. I should probably thicken these guys up a bit, right? So you guys can see that. There you go. Should have done that before. That curve right there. So by the end of the 4th cycle, I was predicting $200,000 Bitcoin. But from 70,000 to 200,000 is like 3x, which is less than the previous cycle, which is less than the cycle before that in terms of gains from previous all-time high to new all-time high. So once we get to that level, if it does indeed hit $200,000 for a Bitcoin, the next cycle would be even less of a percentage gain. Instead of 3x, maybe it's only 2x. So then Bitcoin maybe only goes to 400,000. Now, only 400,000, you might say, what do you mean? Only 400,000 would be awesome, right? But it's not the huge gains that Bitcoin and crypto used to have. So yes, diminishing returns, kind of, yeah, you could call it that. But that's what I was looking at. That seems to be what the trend is with Bitcoin over the years, which is why I made this chart, to remind myself that, yeah, that is what it looks like. So my target is still $200,000 of Bitcoin, but that's not until sometime in 2025. Could we hit 100K by the end of 2024? We could, but that gives us all of 2025 to continue to run up even higher. And until that doesn't happen, this is the trend. This is the chart. And Doge's chart on a logarithmic scale, I mean, look at this. Huge run up late 2020 into 2021. And now it's just looking like one huge cup. One huge cup. One 4-year cup is what this is looking like it's going to be. On the Doge chart, with the blip right in the middle, which is when Elon Musk bought Twitter, was that blip right there. End of October 2022. That's the blip in the middle of the big cup. On the monthly chart, over a 4-year timeline. So that's what I'm looking at. Doge is trading up to 17.4. Looks like we're going to be challenging my 17.5 line again. Just bought 2,000. Buying the dips, fondue edge. Doge day and halving, sell the news. Yep, that's what many think. We could have a volatile trading day. It's on a Saturday, so it'll be interesting. There'll be no ETFs being traded. But we have seen volatile trading on weekends in crypto. It does happen. Yeah, low roller. We looked at Spell earlier. Gained to 0 back. But just for you, we'll go look at the chart again. It's coming back up. We could lose that 0 this evening. It's 9:49 now. So we're not that far away. But yeah, that was a big dump. If we take it from the high from this morning all the way down 30%. Ouch. But we're recovering now. April's always bad months. I think actually, that's not true. Let's look. I forget which one I looked at. I haven't looked at this a while. Bitcoin monthly returns. I've looked at this before. Who's got the best one? Historical performance. There was another one that wasn't coin glasses that actually was a better one. I forgot whose it was, had the best chart, because you can't really see the coin glass one, but we'll look at it. Quarterly, yeah, this one. So 2023, yeah, this one works. 2023, positive. 22 and 21 were negative, but 20 was positive. 2019 was positive. I mean, look at 34%, 34%, 33%, 32%, up 7%. 5 years in a row, April was in the green. 4 of them over 30% returns in April. So only in recent history, 2022 was bear market year. But even 2018, which was an overall bear market year, Bitcoin somehow went up 33%. But you can see how many red months there were that year. A lot. That was a bad year. Just like 2022 was bad. But there were a few months where Bitcoin popped up. So yeah, overall, April hasn't been bad. In fact, look at that 4-year run, 30% gains for April, 4 years in a row. So yeah, there's your Bitcoin monthly returns in history. October is the best month. Only twice in Bitcoin's history have they had a red month. 2018 bear market, only down 3%, and 2014 bear market down 12%. Every other year in October, Bitcoin's in the green. So never sell your Bitcoin at the beginning of October. Don't do it. Don't do it. $0.30 by May. I was talking about that before this dip. And again, that was going to be the backs. That's on the backs of two things. One of them would be the lead up of all of crypto leading into the halving. And then it would be this year being a good Doge day and not having dumpage on Doge day. Those are the two things that could get Doge to 30 cents. But now we've got this big dip that happened today, which puts a little damper on that. Yep, we talked about Hong Kong just a little bit ago, low roller. Looks like that is going to, the Bitcoin spot ETFs, the new ones in Hong Kong, are going to start trading next week, which are the Asian traders. We could see big dollars rolling into Bitcoin next week with no grayscale like selling, because it's not a conversion from a futures, and so that could be good. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it. I'm not shelling anything other than Ledger. If you want a hardware wallet, again, I only talk about the things I actually use, right? So I use a Ledger. It's my main hardware wallet. So I have a link in the description below. And then Robinhood to trade on, Coinbase to trade on. And this is the CryptoTab browser if you're interested in that. And I have links in the description below. That's all the shelling I do. And Ledger has a big sale going on right now where you can get free Bitcoin. 1 more week. You buy the Ledger Nano S Plus, which is the one I have here. you get $20 of free Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes on a 4x, then your Nano S Plus is free, like mine is. Mine's now free because I got mine when Bitcoin was at 17K. Got $20 of free Bitcoin. Now that's worth just about $80. So it was a free, kind of a free hardware wallet. So you can check that out. Shilling done. Doge is going to fly. This dip ain't. That's good. I like that. All-time low price for each cycle. Yeah, if you buy at the bottoms, I usually don't. I don't look at what the bottoms are. But yeah, 15.6 was the bottom in November of 2022 for Bitcoin. So yeah, that's a nice run up to 200K. Yeah. Hong Kong ETF. I just knew we were going to dump. Yeah, could be. Maybe the big whales that want to buy into Bitcoin next week would rather have the Bitcoin price lower. Right? That's what everybody thought before the US spot ETF started, that the price was going down the week before because they all thought BlackRock was manipulating the market down. So when they started buying with the spot ETFs, the price would be lower. Might be some truth to that. Who knows? There might be some truth to that. We had a nice dip today, though. You could have got Doge down here at 16.2, 16.3, 16.4. Now we're at 17.4. Still a great price, but not the dippity-doo. But yes, still a good price. And Bitcoin came down to 65.2. Oh, now that red line is like way too thick. I'll have to go back and I'll have to change that because it's coming right over my chart. Uh, 66.8 on Bitcoin. Bitcoin could not hold 67K, so it seems to be drifting down just a little, but Doge is still going up. So that's good for Doge. Interesting to see what the Doge Bitcoin pair is doing. Haven't looked at that. Yeah, it dipped down a bit, down to 25, but now back up to 26. Doge recovering against Bitcoin in its trading pair. Yeah, and that's just because when the whole crypto market was dumping, altcoins were dumping harder than Bitcoin. But we could see a recovery coming for everything. But Doge seems to be recovering more than Bitcoin right now. Yes, Mr. USA, you can transfer off of Robinhood to a ledger. Ledger Recover. So Ledger Recover is their program where they have a record of what your seed phrase is. So if you ever need to access your wallet and you forgot your seed phrase, they can recover your wallet for you. Personally, if you're going to buy a crypto wallet, you write down your seed phrase and you take care of it. You have to pay them a monthly fee for that recover option. You have to opt into it. And most in crypto think that's a bad thing. So how much is ledger recovery a month? Yeah, good question. I never looked at that because I don't do this. Wallet recovery made easier. You've secured the backup for your secret recovery phrase using ledger recover. Never lose access. End-to-end encryption. Self-custody secured. Blah, blah, blah. Restore access. Verify your identity. Ledger Nano S Plus. No, that's the bundled stuff. It doesn't say. That should be the number one frequently asked question, is how much it costs. And it's not. They don't say. Huh. They don't say on their website. And they only have these bundle offers. Well, that's dumb. Try Ledger Recover today directly in Ledger Live. Start your free trial. Oh, so they get you to do this free trial thing. Yeah, I'm not downloading that. No way. No way. But they don't tell you. They try and get you to do this free trial. And they don't. Well, let's ask Mr. Google. How much is Ledger Recover? The Ledger Recover service is not free as it costs $9.99 per month. There you go, low roller. You got to ask Google. $9.99 a month. You think that's worth $10 a month? You think that's worth $10 a month? I don't know. Hey, Nate. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. I predict Doge being so widely used, accepted in the future that it will no longer be a good investment, only a good currency. Now is the time to buy Doge as an investment. This is likely the last chance at life-changing gains. I think once it starts being adopted, we'll still see some crazy pricing happen, but probably not as much as the initial big run when that acceptance happens. Because so far, Doge has gone on runs based on rumors, right? Not on actual utility. So when that actual utility hits, and let's just say it's X payments, right? And Doge is used on X, and the price goes crazy. That's probably the last time we would see a big run like that. And if that price craziness is anything like we had back in April of 2021, I mean, we're talking Doge well over $1 in price. So this big run up from here to that price, yes, you may not ever see that again with Dogecoin. Yeah, Laurel, I would say this. If you've got millions of dollars of crypto and you're putting it all on a ledger device, that's a mistake. You should never have it all in one place. I have my crypto spread out amongst multiple wallets just for that feature. So, but with Ledger, I like having the Ledger hardware device. I have my seed phrase tucked away. I'm good. I'm taking responsibility for it. Am I ever going to lose that? There's probably a non-zero chance, right, that it gets lost. Yes. But I don't have all my crypto there. I've got a big chunk, but it's not all. Not your keys, not your crypto. Dream tanks, that's true. After halving, it'll be the so-called sell the news, right? Buy the rumors next week, leading up to the halving, where we could see price appreciation. Patrick asking about Texas legal tender. I heard someone saying like Doge could be like a legal tender in Austin, and there's some loophole in the Texas law. I don't know. I just know in the United States, only the Federal Reserve has the right by the US government to offer legal tender. So I think the federal law kind of overtakes any individual state in that. It's on CoinDesk. We were just on CoinDesk. Let's do a search. Texas. Put a search under Texas, see what happens. Nope. Nothing about Texas that I see. But that's only if it's in the title, right? I don't know. They're still the same. We looked at this earlier. Bitcoin plunges, altcoins tumble, ugly day for risk assets. Protocol Village, Bitcoin halving calculators. Dogecoin climbs, that's now old. Hacker, halving, funded, tokenization. I don't see anything in here. So. I don't see anything at first glance on CoinDesk about legal tender for anything. So. Flying Tiger says you should be buying. Joseph, you're one of those limit order guys that has money sitting there tied up. Not going to be filled. So you might want to close that and set a new one a little higher if you really want to buy that Doge. Just saying. You might want to think about that. Because on this big dip, we saw 16. It's as low as it went. And that might be as low as you ever see Doge again. That might be it. If you reset it at 16, it might hit, it might not. 15? Maybe. That'd be a bigger dip than we saw today. Yeah, I don't think the Celtics are playing they're playing Charlotte tonight, but I don't think the Stars are playing. I think that New York game sort of like showed them, yeah, they shouldn't play. It should all be reserves. Should all be reserves now for the Charlotte game, and then they play Washington. And like that should be it. Then they have to wait a week for the the play-in tournaments to happen to find out who they play. Most likely it's going to be either Atlanta or Chicago. But yeah, they shouldn't play their guys now. They looked stupid last night. For the little bit I watched, just Jason Tatum just complaining all the time to the refs, and it's just like, God, dumb. The game didn't matter anyway. Yeah, I know, Ryan. Charlotte, Washington. Hey, great. It's a great opportunity for the bench to play 40 minutes, play a whole game, get some good work in, because they're not going to be playing much during the playoffs. They're going to have a 7-man, maybe at most 8-man rotation, and that's it for the playoffs. So let them play now. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. They've already locked up the number 1 seed. Celtics are set. We'll see how they play in the playoffs, whether they get tested enough where they start falling all over themselves like they did last year. Iran, Israel. Not directly. It's not a big enough deal to cause Bitcoin's price to plunge. It's just not a big enough deal. So now if other countries get dragged in, particularly the United States, then that's a different story. Why does Coinbase inflate your buy price? So when you do a market order, they are going to give you the lowest sell or ask price. And depending on what their spread is, they're going to give you the lowest ask price on their spread. Let's see if I can, I don't know if I can get into Coinbase here. Haven't looked at this for a while. Yeah, I got to sign in. Let me take care of this for a second here. Do this off screen so you guys can't see what I'm doing. Off screen. 2-factor authentication, guys. Very important. The most important part of any exchange is your 2-factor authentication. Don't need that. Because you don't want other people just getting in, right? All right, here we go. We're on Coinbase now. So when you go to trade, this is the balance. This is the Kriss portfolio right here. It's at 26.4. You can see all of the assets that are in the portfolio. We're not going to do Coinbase Wallet right now. Dogecoin, still doing well. And then you go to trade. And then we want to go to, hold on just a second. Let me get to the right advanced trading screen here. I'll do that right here. I believe I got to go to there, and then I've got to change to advanced because I need to do the advanced trading to show you the buy and the ask. Yeah, we'll get there. Cryptoverse. Advanced. All right, here we go. All right, fine. Let's get to a slower one. This is Bitcoin. Let's go to Doge, because we like Doge. All right, so when you're in Coinbase, you go to advanced trading, which is free to use. You don't have to, if you just do the basic trading, you don't get your price. You go to advanced trading, and they give you a spread here. And that spread is between the ask and the buy. The higher price is above. Let's see, Doge is now trading at 1743. Actually, it just dropped down to 1740 is your next ask price. So if you were to buy Doge right now, you would get it at, well, I mean, they say 1740. You got to look at what the volume is, though, and how much is there at that amount. So if you were going to buy, let's say, 120,000 Dogecoin, you would probably get it between 1740 and 1742 is what you would get it for. It all depends on on how much is in these different price slots that are here on the ask. So at 1743 right now, there's only 55,000 Doge there. So if you were buying more than that, you wouldn't get that price. You'd get some at a higher price. And the price is always changing. I mean, this changes fast, depending on the volume of trading that's going on. So, so to go back to the regular trading, which I'll do for you here, and go back to the regular. So this is what you get if you don't use advanced, is you just get this kind of buy number. You don't know what the price is. So you go to Dogecoin and you say, I'm going to buy some Dogecoin. Again, you get this little pop-up screen. It tells you this price. It says 0.17. So it's all rounded and you have no idea what that price actually is. And so they'll just give you Doge at whatever price they give it to you for, which is why you change over to the advanced trading where you can actually see the bid and the ask prices. That's how I trade. I never buy Doge off of one of these because, again, you don't know what price you're going to get. Most likely, it's not going to be what you see on the chart. So here it's 1749 up to 1750 now. But if you bought, here, you might end up getting it for like 1760. Something even higher, because you have no control over this. So switch over to the advanced and use limit orders. That typically I only buy with limit orders anyway. So there's a little bit about Coinbase. Again, I've got a link in the description below. If any of you are interested in trying out Coinbase, you get to spin the big wheel when you join using my link, and you get some free Bitcoin. Mostly it's just a little bit of Bitcoin, but you get some just for trying it out. Well, you have to put $100 on the exchange in your account to be able to spin the wheel. I think it's $100. Last I saw, that's what you had to do. Doge has now reached back up to 1750, which is my resistance line. So if Doge can come up over that, most likely it would come back, retest it as support, and then move on up. That would be great trading for Dogecoin. We would expect to see something like that. That's typically what you see on a support resistance line, would be trading like that. But it's not going to do that. It's going to drop below instead. And prove me wrong. That's trading. That's crypto trading for you. Appreciate Cryptoverse. Thanks for the super sticker. Not at 8 cents, Joseph. It ain't going to get filled at 8 cents, that's for sure. Yes, Coinbase still has free crypto to earn. Yep, they still do. The last one was, let's go back to Coinbase. Since we were just logged in. Learning rewards right there. See what they have right now. Zeta, you can get up to $29 in Zeta rewards. You can get $24 in Vara, $12 in VeChain, $3 in Near, $3 Acash, and that's it. $29 of Zeta, look at that. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And even a little VeChain too. So yeah, free crypto. Just for having a Coinbase account. See a Kiliguan? Real pump in August? Yeah, I mean, if X payments, it's going to take them through the summer to get all of their state licenses for money transmitter, then X payments wouldn't be starting until the end of summer. I've been saying September, October timeframe because Elon never gets his timelines right. He's always late. So that's what I've been saying. It's like September, October. Yeah, in the NBA, the Western Conference, there's 3 teams that all have the same record. So going to be an interesting final weekend for them, jockeying for position, for play-in, etc. Since I'm in Boston, I really only follow the East so much. Although the Celtics game I did go to was against Minnesota, which was a great game here at TD Garden, and it went to overtime. That was a great game. Minnesota was great. They had, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. Cat was, big guy, huge. I think he's injured now or something. Ryan, Elon is silly. He's also very bad at setting schedules and timelines. Very bad for Elon. Just like Joseph, right? You're looking for that lower price to you. You're looking at 15-cent limit order on Doge. So what it would take to see that would be another drop. But gosh, you want to go down to 15, huh? That's right there. So from where Doge is right now, down to 15 cents. It's another 13% drop. It could happen. It could happen. I'm kind of thinking that what we saw this afternoon was the dip. and that we're going to be settling right around 17.5 cents in that range for a little while. And I don't see any huge other negative thing that's going to continue to pull the crypto market down further, but you never know. You never know. Well, good luck. I hope your order fills quickly and then the price goes back up. Yeah, we looked at the crypto bubbles earlier there, Low Roller, and it was predominantly the memes. The top 100, the big memes, like Bonk was down 20, Pepe down 20, Whiff down 23, Floki 17. So they're on the higher end of the pullbacks, although just about everything was over 10% down. But the memes were on the higher end of that. And then we looked at the next 200, and except for Pups, which went up, Bohm down 21, Sats down 26, FTT, which I consider a meme coin now, 23. So yeah, the memes were more in the higher end of the losses. I did not look at the rest of the how other tokens are doing, because I really don't follow other meme tokens. I only look at the top 200. If US got pulled into a war, would that be a black swan? No, a black swan would be something that would be directly crypto, I think. I mean, if you compare it to what happened in March of 2020 with the pandemic and the fears around that, that was pretty bad. And crypto went down 50% there. That's a big drop. Today's drop was 10 to 15%. On top of that, to go down another 40%. Ooh. But the US isn't going to be in a war like the country's going to war. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like the Afghanistan kind of thing, or the past Iraq thing, where it's such a small number of United States troops that would be involved that it's not really going to war. Yeah, FTT is definitely a meme. Oh, you have season tickets? And you sell most of them. I bought some extra tickets for 21 Pilots. So I love 21 Pilots. I'm going in Boston, and I bought 2 extra ones to sell. So I put them up on Ticketmaster. We'll see what happens. That's about all I do. 21 Pilots. Clancy, you bet. The new song is awesome. Awesome. Yep, 21 Pilots, Clancy. Flow Finder just bought some more Doge. 17.4. Good price. Yeah, Ryan, if you haven't heard the new 21 Pilots song, wow. Awesome. So Flying Tiger says too. Awesome. Front row seats to a Boston NBA game? You mean on the floor? That kind of seat where you're actually on the floor? I don't know. I have to go to like Ace Tickets, right? Let me see. Let's see. Ace Tickets. They go to StubHub. Celtics. Let's see what we can get for the final. See what they got. Oh, they call them VIP, rows A and B. 1,000. Oh, row A, $1,100. There you go. $1,100. You can have 2 tickets on the floor to a meaningless basketball game, the last game of the season. There you go. $1,100. There you go. It's a meaningless game. In fact, Tatum and Brown aren't even going to play. So I was upset. The Minnesota game, Porzingis didn't play. He was resting that day. I was like, man, I wanted to see KP, but he rested that day. So we saw him. He was all dressed in black, had these big black boots on, looking stylish, but he didn't play. Flying Tiger is into the 21 Pilots lore. Nico and the Niners. It all ties together, right? Except for Saturday. That doesn't fit in at all. What happened to SafeMoon? You can still buy it. I don't recommend it, but it's still trading. Those guys are going to go to jail for a long time. Going to jail. Yeah, it's a great song. Saturday's a great song. But I just don't see where it fits into the whole story. It's just a fun thing that's out there. We'll see if they play it in concert this year. We'll see if they do any of those. Which video talks about Saturday? The Saturday video itself? Because I didn't get anything out of that. But again, what do I know, right? What do I know? Flying Tiger's really into the 21 Pilots lore. Really into it. Yep. Okay. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. That's the one when I'm in the boat, right? The submarine, they get all wet, right? That's the one I remember. Again, it's been a few years. New video is awesome. What else going on? I don't know. Haven't looked at X for a while. It's not a loss if you can't see it. Hong Kong could approve spot Bitcoin ETFs and Ether ETFs by Monday. Ooh, how about that? Both Bitcoin and Ether. Wow. That's news. I didn't know that they were going to have Ether ETFs as well for Hong Kong. Wow. Yeah, they're not going to be playing next week. The Celtics aren't playing. I'll be in Florida, but there's the play-in tournaments, and Boston's just resting for the week. You heard Coinbase is doing Pepe futures. No, I didn't. Coinfessions. Do you guys follow Coinfessions? I do. and I just read these just as a reminder of what not to do. I had $400,000 in savings, which I used to trade throughout 22 and 2023. Had success at the beginning shorting Bitcoin until January 2023, when prices just kept going up. I kept doubling down and adding to short positions, ended up cutting trades with huge losses. Now I only have 20K. Idiot. Why are you shorting Bitcoin in a retest year when the past cycle Bitcoin went up in the retest year? Oh. El Salvador buys 1 Bitcoin every single day. Great stuff. Doge. Look like it's following my little squiggle. 1755. Well, Flying Tiger, do you have your concert tickets for 21 Pilots for the fall? The concert videos look awesome because like everybody knows like every song. So it's awesome. It's going to be awesome. Fortunately, it's not until September, but you got to buy the tickets now to have them for September. Oh, you're up in Canada? Yep, Doge going up. Again, those sitting with low limit orders, you might not get hit. They might not hit. So I think we're seeing a good enough recovery now. I'm going to call it a stream. Thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll look for good trading. I'm not streaming next week. I'm down in Florida. I'll be making videos every day, though, from my remote location. I will be back live on Doge Day, April 20th. That's a Saturday, so look for me there. Look forward to seeing you all then, too. Hope you all have a good evening. Wish for good trading on Doge over the weekend. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.